The problems in Africa can seem overwhelming. But today, somewhere in Africa, a delivery is being made. A burden is being lifted. Dignity is being restored. Hope is being reborn. Step by step, one person at a time.
I am HIV positive, and that's also what my husband died from. I had 3 children, but 2 of them died from AIDS. I have become a terrible burden.
It is said right now in Zambia that a minimum of 200 people get infected by HIV every day, and a minimum of 200 people actually die of AIDS on a daily basis.
When I fell ill, I was an outcast. My brother and those in the community were afraid they could get AIDS from me. They would not touch my hand or have close contact because they thought they could get AIDS that way. In such times as this, I wish my parents were still alive to help see me through this. And I very much miss my husband. Having him here would make life so much different than now. Being alone.
There are people that are sick. There are people that are so very hungry that they couldn't actually work. Right now they need food. Right now they need help.
I do not have enough strength to grow my own food, not even a small garden for my vegetables. I feel like a burden because there's not a single thing that I can do for myself. That is really disheartening for me.
Recognizing the need among thousands of the poor and chronically ill across many regions of Africa, World Hope International, in partnership with local churches, has established the Community Orphan Trust Program. To create a new Community Orphan Trust, World Hope International identifies a community that has been devastated by the effects of HIV/AIDS and the burden of extreme poverty. The trust is established, and the people of the community are empowered to care for the needs of their village through prevention programs, livelihood projects, and home-based care. A fundamental component of every trust is the training of volunteers to provide loving home care visits for those dying of AIDS.
This training has been very helpful. There were so many things we didn't know. For instance, we didn't know about how HIV and AIDS could be contracted. But now that we know, we are able to show our clients love and care. We can touch them, hold hands, wash their dishes, wash their clothes. We could not do this before because we didn't have the knowledge. We've also learned how to prevent certain diseases. With this training, we are better people, and we're so grateful for that.
Trust volunteers are trained to provide care for 2 different groups of people. First, for the sick and vulnerable within their own family, and second, to those living in other, non-relative homes who may be HIV positive, or have AIDS, or orphaned and vulnerable children in poor health.
The word caregiver really means here is that a person wants to be part of caring for the whole community. I mean, they're all banding together.
I go out to see my home-based care clients twice weekly. It takes me 4 hours to walk to their house and another 4 hours to walk home. And when I return home, I still need to care for my own family. I am caring for 3 of my children, 2 grandchildren, and 2 orphans from one of my daughters who passed away.
When the home-based care volunteers come through to see me, I feel very encouraged. They will collect water for me, wash my clothes, clean my dishes, and sweep my yard. And before they leave, we'll pray together, and that's very strengthening to me.
So the home-based care brings support in terms of food and in terms of medical care to people.
I was not forced into this. I volunteered to be a caregiver. Every time I see a client, when I show them love, I know they're feeling so much better because of my visit. That gives me great joy because I know that their burden has been lightened and they know they're not forgotten.
Life is not easy. My husband left me alone with 5 children. The small plot of land I have is infertile. so I'm unable to grow vegetables for my family or have any to sell for income. It is difficult to provide a decent meal for my children.
In addition to providing relief and care for those who are sick, World Hope International's Community Orphan Trust introduces economic empowerment in local villages through livelihood projects. Each trust is encouraged to choose 3 projects, such as raising chickens, pigs or goats, a tailoring business, or a community garden.
This garden is being run by the trust members, 76 caregivers that are supporting a total of 150 orphans and vulnerable children.
This program has changed my life. It has given me an opportunity to gain valuable skills, including gardening. I have been working in the community garden for 5 years now and have learned how to establish a productive garden, how to grow different crops. This has been very beneficial to me because I've been empowered with a skill that I didn't have.
The program benefits the community as a whole. It has equipped individuals, such as Loveness, with new skills, creating new opportunities for personal food and income production as an additional benefit for families.
Because of the skills I've learned as part of the trust, I've turned my small and fertile plot of land into a productive vegetable garden. Now I'm able to provide my children nutrition from these vegetables. And I'm also able to have income by selling some of these vegetables to others.
I'm standing right by the piggery in Mambo Community Trust. This is a trust that has 130 caregivers altogether, and there are 380 children supported by this trust. When the pigs are sold, some of the pigs will be sold for money, and that money can be used to help the sick.
Or to help caregivers meet the daily needs of the orphans they are responsible for.
What we have here is a hammer mill, and it is equipment that is used to grind mealie meal. Mealie meal is ground from corn. Corn is the staple food of people around this village, and there are about 1,000+ people that benefit from the hammer mill here. The revenue that is generated here is used by the community trust to serve other interests of the community, like medical requirements, and also to be able to just continue the service of grinding meal for the village.
A person will walk into the accounting office and they'll count out how much money the trust has earned. It's heartwarming to see this, to me, because they're so proud of it. They have earned this money. They have created this from their hard work. I mean, I can't think of anything greater than to restore dignity to people, to help them become self-sufficient.
In improving people's lives, we're not only looking at bringing food to their tables, but we're also looking at bringing skills that can then be transferred on and on to make sure that generations to come, people are able to survive even without World Hope. What makes me the most excited about what World Hope does is to see people that were desperate, start to have a glimmer of hope.
Having the home-based care volunteers checking on me is a demonstration of God's love and kindness. It really makes me feel that they have compassion for me, even in my illness.
It's not the virus or the poverty that kills, so much as it is the hopelessness that results. When people are robbed of their hope, it further limits their ability to care for themselves and their communities. When their hope is restored, they have the desire to live. This is the real power of the trust.
I have been given an opportunity to learn skills. I have attained knowledge to sustain my family. It has given me a confidence and an ability to believe in a future for me and my children.
To see people that were nearly giving up, stand up again and say, I can walk tall, I can do something even for myself. And even more than that, for people to say, I will be able to help others. That's very good.